Hey there, Lisa. I just wanted to thank you again for today. I know that you've been really busy lately, but I just appreciate you making the time for our date.
Oh, Roderick, the pleasure was all mine. If anything, I'm sorry that I've been so busy that we haven't seen much of each other lately.
Oh, you don't have to worry yourself with that. You have your own life, and I totally respect that. Besides, you have your own daughter to worry about, and obviously she should come first.
Well, I'm really glad that you've been so understanding of dating a woman with a child. After all, that little girl really is my whole world.
And I wouldn't expect it any other way for someone in your position. So I hope you know I'm expecting to be in your schedule every free space you get. You need to be spending time with Kaylee as well.
I know, but the truth is that sometimes I feel like I'm kind of taking advantage of you like this. After all, I'm sure a man like you could find plenty of women who are much less busy than I am. And I've already made it clear to you that my #1 priority is always going to be Kaylee.
What other woman would I ever want to date? I think you've done amazing as a single mother, and I really admire the hard work and love that you show your daughter. By the way, have you asked her about me yet? Can I finally meet her?
Well, I did finally tell her that I had a boyfriend, and I told her a little bit about you. But she told me that I shouldn't settle until I found the perfect man.
Well, I'm just glad to know that the two of you look out for each other then.
And to think that she's only in 6th grade saying that sort of thing to me.
Wow. So I guess that means that she was in the 4th grade when we started dating, huh?
I know, they really do grow up so quickly. I can hardly believe how fast the time has gone. Not only that, but these little kids are growing up so quickly, too. Kaylee already tells me that the kids her grade are getting girlfriends and boyfriends, if you can believe it.
Well, I guess the times have certainly changed, haven't they? When I was a little kid, I was really only thinking about what I was going to have for lunch that day and how much time I'd get to spend with my friends. That and who was going to be king of the hill on the playground.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I just mean when I was little, there was this hill on our school's playground. We all had this idea that it was the best spot in the whole field. So all the boys would always push and shove each other to try to claim it until recess was over, pretty much.
And you're telling me that you were one of those little boys pushing and shoving to stand on a hill?
I mean, I hardly ever got to stand on top of it, to be perfectly honest with you. But it was a really fun game at the time. Anyways, I just want you to know that I take my relationship with you really seriously. And I want to respect Kaylee's feelings too. But since we've been dating for 2 years and she knows about me, do you think I could finally meet her? I mean, if I could be honest with you, I've even been starting to think about marriage.
Well, it has already been 2 years since we started seeing each other, hasn't it? And you're right, she does know about you now, so maybe it is time that you finally meet her. But I'm not sure how Kaylee is going to feel about me getting remarried.
Oh, really? Do you think she'll be against it if we bring it up to her? I would really feel bad if it made her feel uncomfortable.
I don't know, I still have to talk to her about it. But I can honestly say that having someone around the house I could count on would be a huge help. But we don't need to talk out all of those details right this moment.
I'm just glad that you have someone at home with you who already cares so much about your well-being.
It's true. I really am just so pleased with how Kaylee has turned out. I was so worried when I became a single mother that I would screw her up somehow. But I've always done my best to always put her needs first, no matter what.
And again, I completely understand that she's always going to be your #1 priority. But I just hope that if I meet her that we can get along and then maybe one day get married. But I think we can both agree that Kaylee's feelings about this are the most important.
Oh, thank you so much for being so kind and understanding about this, Rod. I'll ask Kaylee how she feels about meeting you soon. Maybe the 3 of us could go out for lunch somewhere or something.
That would be amazing! I would really, really like that! Is it bad that I'm already starting to get kind of nervous to meet her?
And just what is there to be nervous about? It'll just be a normal outing, you know?
I know, but it's just... Well, I guess I would just hate to screw up and do something to make her not like me.
I think that as long as you act like your usual charming self, that we're not going to have any problems at all with that. And thank you so much again for the lovely time tonight. I really enjoyed it. I'll message you again when I've gotten back home.
Hey, Lisa, you there? I was just curious about if Kaylee was okay. Was she feeling sick today or something? She wasn't looking so good.
Oh, thank you for asking after her, but she really is fine. She's just feeling a little under the weather is all.
I see. Well, I guess it is that time of the year and the weather is getting colder. But it seems like she's only gotten worse since we met at the restaurant. I don't know. Did I do something wrong or something that might have upset her? I just hope that she's alright. I didn't do anything bad, right?
Oh, come on now, Rod. We were only together for an hour. I really don't think that you have anything to worry about with her. In fact, I kind of feel bad since you went through all the trouble of making those reservations for us and we ended up having to go back home so early.
I'll be honest, I was pretty disappointed. More than anything, I was just hoping that Kaylee was doing okay. So if she is, that's all that really matters to me. I just hope that you don't end up catching whatever it is that Kaylee might be suffering from right now. And please, thank her for coming to meet even though she was feeling sick.
Of course I'll tell her that, but right now she's just been resting a lot tonight. I'm sure that in the next couple of days she'll turn around and feel great though.
Great! Well, I just really hope that whatever's bothering her goes away for good.
Of course, and when she's feeling better, I think we should try and meet again. And this time, I'll handle making all the reservations and all of that.
Thanks a lot. I really do appreciate that. But didn't you say that work was going to be getting busy for you?
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be picking up soon. And I'm already having to schedule in a bunch of meetings for the end of the year. So it might actually be a while before we can all sit down for a meal together.
Well, that makes sense, though. I mean, you are a CEO after all. I'd imagine you'd be quite busy.
I may be the boss, but it's still a small company, you know.
I'm just saying that I think what you do is incredible. You're a single mother who started her own business. You're amazing.
Well, I really do feel like I'm only getting started with my business. I want to keep working harder and growing the business so I can retire early and spend more time with my daughter.
Oh, but aren't you already making plenty of money as things are right now?
Sure, but it's not going to be enough for what I want to do. I still have my work cut out for me.
I see. Well, you know, if we got married, then you'd also be able to spend more time with her. After all, I do a great job of cleaning up around the house. You would come home from work to a clean house and a hot dinner ready to go, I promise.
It does seem like such a sweet dream when you put it that way. And I must admit, you are a good cook.
By the way, when you're really busy and aren't at home, you usually ask your mom to watch over Kaylee, right?
Yeah, that's right. Ever since she started middle school, I've been asking my mom to help out more.
I see. But then does that mean at home you're the one doing all the housework? Because if so, then you must be so busy all the time.
It really isn't an easy life, but I guess that you just get used to it. And sometimes my mom helps me clean up around the house. But I don't want to rely on her to do that work just because I don't want to do it.
I see. Well, either way, I really am glad that you have so many supportive people around you to help you out. You know, maybe one day if Kaylee and I become good enough friends, I could watch her for a day if you needed it.
You mean that you would do that for me even though we're not married yet?
Well, of course I would. With Kaylee's permission, that is, of course.
Oh, Roderick. Now I really do feel like you're always just way too nice to me.
Oh, come on, no way. We're together. Of course I want to help you out. It's only natural, right?
Well, I can't believe that you're offering me so much even though we're not even married.
Well, even before I was thinking about marriage, I was already head over heels in love with you. I mean, when we first met, I could feel my heart skip a few beats. It's like when I first saw you, I knew that you were the one for me. It really is the truth. I'm not asking you to feel the same, but I want to be honest about my feelings.
It's not that I don't feel that way. If anything, I've been leaning more and more that way for a while. But the fact of the matter is that as a single mother, I've had to put a lot of relationships on the back burner, so it comes more slowly for me.
Well, I just want to let you know that I mean this deep down from the bottom of my heart. If there's anything at all that I can do for you or Kaylee, you just let me know, okay? I promise to always be honest with the two of you. And I hope that the day comes where we can live together as a family.
Of course, thank you so much. That really does mean a lot to me to have you say that.
I just really wanted to get that off my chest. I hope that was okay to say. And I know that you're going to be busy through the end of the year, but please let me know if you'll have any time to meet. I should have plenty of free time, to be honest, so I can meet you anywhere at all.
You mean that you don't have anything going on all year?
Well, nothing in my life is as important to me as you are right now. So if you ever need help or an extra hand, I'll be there.
Then thank you so much for everything, Rod. I'll be sure to message you soon, okay? Hey, Kaylee. I was just curious if you were on your way back home from school now? I'm actually already at home now. Oh, great. Well, that's good to hear. I'm really sorry about this, but I'm not going to get home until quite late. So, can you tell Grandma that I'll be back home about 1 hour later than usual? Yeah, sure. That's no problem at all. Although there was something I wanted to talk to you about. You know, I met Roderick yesterday. Were you serious about wanting to marry that guy? Kaylee, what makes you ask me a question like that? Was there something you didn't like about him? Well, I guess that you could kind of call it that. The thing is that he kind of scared me. What are you talking about? What did he do that scared you, sweetie? Well, Mom, that guy is dead. Dead? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you mean by that. Is that some kind of slang or something? Because he most certainly isn't a walking corpse, if that's what you mean. Hold on a second. Have you been watching those horror videos before going to sleep again? I thought I warned you about that. No, Mom, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I mean, he's literally dead. You know Mimi from my class, right? Yeah, of course I know Mimi. She's come over to play plenty of times. Well, the thing is that Mimi's dad has actually also passed away as well, and one time when I went over to her house, I saw that she had a picture of her dad. But the person in the picture and Roderick are the same exact person. Hold on a second. Then, are you trying to tell me that I've been dating Mimi's late father? I mean, I don't know what else it could be. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it's the truth. I really am not sure about that. Are you positive about this? Maybe they just look alike. That's what I thought that it had to be at first, but then I asked Mimi if she had any other photos of her dad, and they all look exactly like Roderick. I mean, Mimi's dad even had the same little mole that Roderick has right by his right eye. They're the same person. I see. Well, this is really hard for me to hear because Roderick told me that he's never even been married. But it's not just that they look alike. I promise you that. I'll show you the photo when you get back home and you can see it all for yourself. I swear to you that Roderick, or whatever his real name is actually Mimi's dad. And have you ever asked Mimi just how it is that her father passed away? She doesn't even know. In fact, when we found that photo of him, Mimi said that she had just found it recently and that it was the first time she had ever seen her dad. And I guess that her mom really doesn't like talking about whatever it is that happened. I see. So then that's why you were freaking out when you saw him at the restaurant, yes? You thought that he was Mimi's dad and that I was dating a ghost or something? Well, I don't know if I thought you were dating a ghost, but I thought that something was up. I'm really sorry to have to be the one to tell you all this, Mom. but I just think that something is up and I don't want you to get hurt is all. Well, I want you to know that I am listening to everything you're saying, but I'll have to see these photos first. But don't worry, you have nothing to apologize for at all. After all, it's not like we'd be getting married right away, so there's time to figure this out. Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, I hope that you have a good day at work. I really can't wait to see you at home.
Hey Lisa, are you there? I think I just saw that you gave me a call. Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I was just busy for a moment and I couldn't answer the phone just then.
Roderick, thanks for getting back to me. I called because I think you and I should break up.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Are you serious? Hold on, did I do something wrong? What's going on here? I'm sorry for whoever it might be. Is it Kaylee? Did I do something to upset her? I really didn't mean to offend her, whatever I did.
No, it isn't about Kaylee. It's the fact that I just can't trust you anymore, I'm afraid.
You can't trust me anymore? I don't follow. I don't even know what I did. Please, can't we at least talk about this? At least tell me what I've done!
You lied to me, Roderick. Don't pretend that you haven't been lying to me this whole time.
I told you that I wanted to be there for you and Kaylee, and I meant it! I've always been nothing but honest for you both.
Okay, then let's start with just one of your lies. You told me that you'd never been married before, but that isn't true. In fact, let's just go down the list. You never told me that you had a daughter the same age as Kaylee. Mimi, isn't it?
Hold on. How did you find out about Mimi? What's going on here?
That is actually quite a funny story. You see, it turns out that Kaylee and Mimi are classmates. They go to the same school and are friends. And Mimi had told Kaylee that her father had passed away. But when I saw photos of her father, I was quite surprised. Mimi's father looked just like you, albeit a bit younger.
Lisa, I am so sorry about this. I'll be honest with you. The truth is that when I left my home, it was because my wife didn't want me to be a father to Mimi. She said that it was better if she grew up never even knowing about me. I wanted to tell you, but I didn't want to ruin things. Not only that, but for years of my life now, I've been trying to put it all behind me for Mimi and her mother's sake.
I think that if anything, it was your ex-wife who wanted to forget. She told Mimi you died so that she wouldn't be hurt. But the truth is that you left your family in debt and ran.
That's a lie! That's not what happened!
It's not, though. She even showed me all of the debt documents. And then she showed all the horrible, threatening messages you sent her, too.
She showed you those?
She even had voice recordings of you, too.
It wasn't just me, though. Mimi's mother was horrible, too, and she always put me down for how much money I was making.
That's not what she said. She said that you were always spending all your family's money and taking out huge loans. You were just horrible.
Lisa, you have to believe me when I say that I'm a changed man. You said so yourself, right? My feelings for you are all true.
But that's just another lie. You're seeing several other people. All rich, single women, I might add. I thought I could trust you, but after what I've learned, I am never going to let you get near me or my daughter again. Not only that, but I am going to do everything in my power to take you down.
Wait, Lisa, please. This is all just a huge mistake. You can't do this to me. Please, can't we talk? Hello? Lisa? Are you even reading these anymore?
After that, Roderick kept trying to call me, but there was no way that I was going to be taking any calls from him. And even though I was never going to invite him over again, I couldn't stand him knowing where I lived. Then I hired a PI to track down all the other women who he was seeing and exposed who he really was to them. There were some who had given him money under false pretenses, and in the end, the police were called and Roderick was arrested. For all of his fraud, he was forced to pay out in a big way to all the women who he had fooled with his lies. When I found out that he was getting jail time, I felt like I could finally rest easy at night. Even Mimi's mother was able to have all the debt she was forced to accumulate while with Roderick transferred to him. In the end, all of the women who he had tricked, including Mimi's mother, filed to have restraining orders placed on him. Even when he does leave jail, there really won't be an inch in this town he'll be able to step foot in. My daughter encouraged me by telling me there were more fish in the sea. I really don't know where I'd be without her looking out for me. But now that I've been through this, I won't be fooled again. Anna, are you there? I was just wondering where you are right now. I'm sure you know this already, but the funeral is going to be starting soon, and, well, I just hope that you're already on your way over.
Oh, hey there, Dora. I am so sorry about this. But I just had a bunch of stuff land on my plate at the last minute, and I'm just running a little late leaving the house.
Oh, I see. Well, I suppose it sounds like it can't be helped then. But I'm glad that you'll be here soon. I just don't even know what to say on a day like this, though. I mean, it's not often that a mother outlives her son. It's not something that I ever wanted to happen either, but don't worry, I promised Anthony that I would look after your children.
I know, but well, it was a car accident. These things just happen, I suppose. There's nothing we can really do about it now. And it doesn't help that the person in the other car was seriously injured. Of course, I feel sorry for him as well, but now it seems that we might have to pay some kind of insurance claim. I know that the other person must be in a lot of pain and have a lot of anger right now, but I just don't know how to feel about any of this. I don't know what's right and what's wrong anymore.
I know exactly what you mean. We kind of all take for granted that we're going to be safe when we get behind the wheel of a car to go somewhere. But that's not always a given. And now, here we are at Anthony's funeral.
I know. I really am so sorry to be late as well. I promise that I'll head out as soon as I can and go straight to the funeral.
And you're going to be bringing both of the girls to this as well, right? I think it's only right that they should see their father one last time.
No, I actually won't be bringing either of them. I'm only going to be going there by myself, but I should be there soon, so don't worry.
Are you sure that you're okay to do this, Anna? I know that ever since the accident, you just haven't been sleeping well at all. And to think that your work won't even give you some time off. You were running around so busily the last time I saw you.
It really is going to be okay. I think that things are finally starting to settle down at work. But now that their father is gone, I'm having to work and take care of the kids all by myself.
Well, I just want you to know that even if it feels like it, you're not alone, and I'm here for you. So just please know that whenever you need some help, you can always come to me and ask for it.
Dora, thank you so much. I really don't know what to say except that I feel like I haven't deserved to get such nice messages from you. In fact, I know that I've probably caused a lot of trouble for you in the past, and I just wanted to apologize for that.
What are you talking about, dear? You haven't caused any kind of trouble for me at all. I know that we're not family by blood, but I hope you know that my husband and I think of you as our daughter, too.
Thank you so much for saying that. I really can't wait to see you both there. And please, let me know if there's anything I can do to help out when I get there.
I think that we have more than enough hands here already, so you just leave all those pesky details to us. I know this day isn't going to be easy on anyone, but I don't think you need to worry about trying to get anything done. Hey, Anna, do you have a moment to text? I'm just a little bit confused as to why Lucy is here at my door with all of her things packed up.
Oh yes, about that. I was just going to leave her there for a little, and I was hoping that you could look after her. Is that all right?
Well, it would be all right, but I suppose that's not really what I'm concerned about. It's just that Lucy is here telling me that you called her fat and ugly and said that you were throwing her out of the house. So I'm just a little confused about this. Is that really what happened? Did you and her get into a fight or something?
Oh no, it's nothing like that at all. But the thing is that I just can't stand to take care of her anymore. So I'm just going to leave her in your care from now on.
I'm sorry, I don't think I quite understand what you're getting at. Is this supposed to be some kind of joke?
Does it seem like a joke? I mean, she's there with all of her stuff, just like you said, right?
So then you're really just going to abandon your child and ask your mother-in-law to take care of her?
I don't have any other choice. You have no idea how hard it is being a single mother now that Tony is gone. There's just no way that I'm going to be able to take care of 2 girls on my own. It's impossible.
I understand that things have gotten much busier for you since my son's passing, but I don't think it's right for you to try and just slough off one of your own daughters onto someone else like this.
But you do agree with me, right? I mean, you can see what I'm getting at when I say that she's ugly, right? So that's why I chose to get rid of Lucy and keep the other one.
Anna, what in the world are you talking about right now? I have never once thought that either of your daughters were ugly. And even if that were the case, I still don't think that it's okay for you to just abandon one of your children like this. And on top of that, even if I did agree to take Lucy in and raise her as my own, there is still so many things that need to be done. Besides the legal paperwork of handing over guardianship, there's registering her to a new school and plenty of other things.
Oh, right. But then that means you'll really do it? You'll take care of Lucy for the rest of her life now?
Well, if you're really going to just leave your daughter here and not take care of her, then I guess I really don't have much of a choice. Besides, I have to say that Lucy really does like Tony. And besides, I could never just turn my back on one of my grandchildren like that.
Perfect! I knew I could count on you to do this for me. You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that you'll take her off of my hands. I actually asked my parents about doing this before I decided to send her to you. But I think I knew deep down that you wouldn't be able to say no if I just left her there.
Anna, I really have to say that I am just shocked at you. I mean, are you really sure you want to go through with this? You really want to just give up your daughter like this? Because I won't ever give her back if you say yes. I know that you're still probably dealing with the shock of losing Tony, but I think you might be acting just a bit rashly right now.
And just why in the world do you think you have to worry about me? I think I'm going to be just fine now that I only have one child to deal with.
All I'm saying is that it's only been a week since Tony died, and well, this just seems so sudden. Besides, aren't you worried at all on the effect it might have on Lucy? How about I hold on to her for now and you really think long and hard about if you want to do this, okay? I know that things are really hard for you right now, but I just don't think that this is the right way to respond.
No, I know what I'm doing and I've made up my mind. Besides, now that I've gotten rid of her, I'm going to be moving to New York.
Hold on a second, so you left your daughter here with me and now you're going to move to the other side of the country?
That's right. I found a new job there, and so I have to move there in order to start it. In fact, you should probably know that things actually weren't going all that well with Tony and I before he died. So, I'm actually really not even all that broken up now that he is gone. But Lucy wouldn't stop talking about her dad, so I knew I couldn't keep her around.
Wait, I don't understand. You were crying the whole time at the funeral. It looked like you really missed Tony.
Oh, come on. You don't think I was going to be expressing how I really felt about him in front of everyone there who was actually sad to see him go, did you? But I will say that Tony did make a good amount of money, and he was really good with the kids. It is going to be really hard to replace him.
So then it was just an act, or were you just crying over the loss of his paycheck in your free time?
I mean, a little a column A and a little a column B, if I can be perfectly honest with you. But anyways, thanks again for agreeing to take Lucy in. This really is going to be huge for me. And, of course, I didn't want to put her in an orphanage or anything like that.
Anna, do you really not feel guilty about any of what you're doing right now? I mean, this is your daughter that we're talking about, so you have to tell me that you're sure this is what you want to do.
Oh, I am very sure about this. Besides, having one less ugly mouth to feed around the house is going to make things easier on everyone. It's not like I never loved her or anything though, but it's just that compared to when she was a baby, she's a lot uglier now. Besides, don't you think it's better for Lucy not to live in an environment that doesn't even want her around?
But you're that environment. I think what you're saying is pretty self-serving, don't you?
Well, you might see it that way, but I've been thinking of taking her to get plastic surgery for a long time now.
I don't even know what to say. Your daughter does not need any kind of surgery at all. If anything needs correcting, it's your views on the world.
Again, you are more than entitled to your opinion, but I don't really feel like sitting here and reading all of these chastising messages. But hey, if you do ever choose to get her plastic surgery, then I might think about taking Lucy back.
I don't even know what to say to you anymore, but if this is the way you want to treat your own daughter, then fine. And just how much longer before the two of you move to New York?
We were going to be moving away before the end of the month.
I see. Well, then it seems to me like we've got a lot of work to do before this handover is complete. And I want to ask you one more time. Are you really sure that this is what you want to do?
For the last time, yes. I am sure that this is something that I want to do. I have my cuter daughter with me, and that is all that I need. Nothing is going to make me regret this. Dora, why didn't you tell me the good news? I should have known about this a long time ago.
Oh, Anna? Wow, how many years has it been since I last heard from you?
Oh, who cares about how long it's been? I need you to tell me all about Lucy first. Tell me everything now.
You want to know about Lucy? I'm a bit confused. Why would you want to know about her?
Well, the other day, I just happened to run into an old friend of mine who knew from when the girls were in preschool. She told me that Lucy is going to be going to one of the top universities in the world. Why didn't you reach out and tell me that she had done something so incredible? I would have loved to know all about that.
I'm sorry, Anna, but I really don't think that has anything to do with you at all.
What? How could you say something like that? Did you forget that I'm Lucy's mother?
Yes, that may be true when it comes to genetics, but you do remember that you gave Lucy away, right? And so I don't think it's appropriate for you to be calling yourself her mother like that.
Okay, yes, it is true that I did give Lucy away back then. But of course it doesn't mean that I ever stopped being her mother. So anyways, as her mother, I think that I'll be taking Lucy back now. After all, my ugly little duckling has bloomed into an amazing swan. And that means that I'll be taking charge of her again. Besides, don't you think it would be better for my daughter to come back and live with her sister and I?
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a really good point. Okay then, I'll give her back.
Oh really? Do you mean it? Wow, I guess I didn't think that it would be that easy.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem at all. I actually just told Lucy the good news, and she said that if you want to take her back, that you'll have to pay me $20 million. And for a girl as amazing and brilliant as Lucy, I think that's a pretty good deal, if I can be honest with you.
Wait, hold on. You're going to sell my daughter back to me for $20 million? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something?
Oh, of course not. It's not a joke at all. But I heard that you married some rich business owner not long after you arrived to New York, right? So maybe you can just ask your husband for that money, and then we shouldn't have any problems.
What in the world are you talking about? You think that $20 million is something you can just casually ask for? If you don't want to give her back, that's fine, but you don't need to make up some crazy lie like this to try and hold on to her.
Oh no, we're really not lying about this at all. In fact, Lucy and I have actually been trying to raise this money for a while now. But I think that things would go quicker if you just talked to Lucy yourself. She said that she is willing to talk to you in person if you'd like that.
Are you kidding me? I don't want anything to do with some little brat who thinks that she's worth $20 million. Why in the world does she need that money for anyways? What is going on that you're trying to raise at?
Well, we're trying to raise the money so we can afford medical treatments, if you must know.
You mean you need that much money because she's sick? Well, that's just another reason I have nothing to do with her at all. I don't need that kind of burden.
You really haven't changed one bit, have you, Anna? You don't care at all about your own children, just what they can do for you. I haven't heard from you in years, and it's only now that you hear that Lucy's going into a fancy school that you have an interest in her? To you, your kids are just props that you can try and use to boost your own status, isn't that right? Just admit that that's what this was all about.
No, it's not like that at all. I really do want another chance with my eldest daughter, but if she needs that much money for her surgery, then it must be only her brain that's worth anything. I guess she really is just like her father, though. Dora, I knew it. I knew that you were trying to trick me. You lied to me about Lucy being sick, didn't you? Well, now I'm going to sue you into oblivion. I hope you're ready for that.
Oh, just can it already, you old hag. You really need to stop all this.
Excuse me? Did you just call me an old hag? That's rich coming from you, you bag of bones.
Actually, Grandma is in the bath right now, and she can't quite talk. But anyways, I would appreciate if you could just leave us alone. You are causing us nothing but trouble.
Grandma? Wait a second. Am I talking to Lucy right now?
That's right. You're talking to Lucy right now.
Lucy? Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to talk to you forever. How do you feel about coming to live with your mom again? I have a new husband and everything. You can come and live with us and your sister, and we can all be happy. You can even see your sister again.
Yeah, I just really don't think that that's going to work.
Well then, how about I go and ask at the place that you're volunteering at?
And just why is it that you know about my volunteer work, huh?
I mean, how could I not at this point? I only had to search your name online and all the amazing work that you've been doing pops up. I heard that you were able to raise $20 million to help out some sick children who live in an orphanage, is that right? When I saw that, my heart just swelled with pride at the amazing daughter that I was able to raise.
Yes, thankfully we had a lot of generous donors who helped us raise enough money. But you should know that I never really wanted to have you involved in any of this. In fact, if I did meet you, I would only do it so that I could tell you about all the crap you put me through. But now I'm only messaging you like this to say that I never want to hear from you again.
Well, if you don't want me to text your grandma anymore, then how about you just give me your number and we talk instead?
Did you read the text? I don't care whose number it is. I don't want to talk to you ever.
Lucy, please. Don't you think you're being unreasonable? I just want to make things right for us. You don't know what I was going through back then. I really had my hands full with the two of you. I just hope that you can forgive a moment of weakness.
I still remember what you said to me when you threw me out. Dad had just died, and then I found out that I was losing the rest of my family as well. Not that I had much of a family besides Dad. You clearly always preferred Tiffany to me. The only people who ever showed any love for me at all were Dad and Grandma. And then you threw me out of the house all because you thought I was ugly. Looking back at it all now, I could almost laugh.
But you have to know how sorry I am that I did and said all of that. I was distressed and busy. And was so busy trying to help Tiffany with her performances and all that.
Her performances? As I recall, you were the one trying to force her to be the pop star. Although I've seen pictures of Tiffany, and I know that she isn't quite the image of a pop star these days, is she?
No, that's not it. You don't understand. It's just that she got a little sick is all.
She got sick? Or did she just finally decide she'd had enough of doing what you told her to do? I remember you always shaming her into starving herself. You kept pushing her and didn't even let her have any friends.
I know, but I realize the mistake I made with you both now. I really do just want to set things right. Please, don't think of it in the wrong way.
This is just getting ridiculous now, but I want you to know that you are not my mother. And I want to make myself clear when I say I never want anything to do with you again. So please just leave Grandma and I alone forever, okay? Now goodbye, Anna.
Wait, Lucy, no, you can't go. Please, don't do this to me. I'm still your mother. You can't just leave me.
After that, I heard through the grapevine that Anna ended up getting a divorce from her new husband. She tried reaching out to Lucy one more time, but by then, Lucy had already blocked her mother's number on every medium available. According to a former classmate of Lucy's who knew her sister as well, Tiffany had only grown more bitter towards her mother over the years. Lucy's friend said that Tiffany had basically turned her mother into a slave as a way of getting back at her for the years of abuse. Lucy and I were both saddened to hear about how things had gone with those two, but we were also just grateful that we had gotten out when we did. Tiffany is also my granddaughter, and I was crushed to hear about what had happened. On the other hand, however, Lucy and I both agreed that this was something that had happened outside of either of our control. It doesn't sound like either of them are happy with each other, but after the divorce, they realized they only had each other to rely on. I only hope that Tiffany is able to make something of herself after the way her mother treated her. As for Lucy and I, Lucy was approached by a large charity for her grassroots work. The children who had received medical treatment for her efforts all wrote her touching letters, and she still keeps in touch with some of them. It's strange. I outlived my son and expected to take care of Lucy and her sister as my granddaughters. Instead, I gained a new daughter and had a new lease on life after Tony had passed. I told Tony that I would take care of his daughters before he passed, and now I just hope that looking down on us, he'll understand that I've done the best I can. As for me, I couldn't be more proud of all that Lucy has done with herself. Hey there, Bridget. I just wanted to say that you did a great job meeting my parents today. So I guess that means that you and I are going to be sisters-in-law now. Hey there, Lucy. I also wanted to say thank you so much for today. And yeah, I guess so. That's pretty crazy, huh? I know, it really is. But I'm just happy that my brother is marrying someone like you. I mean, I really didn't expect him to bring such a cute and sweet woman through the door. So I just hope that you and I can get along in the future. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you something really quick? Yeah, of course you can ask me something. What's on your mind? Well, I was just wondering if you and Earl were really actually related. Like, by blood, I mean. Oh, I see. Well, yes, we are related by blood and we have the same parents. Wow. Because to be perfectly honest with you, the two of you look nothing alike at all. I guess I was just a little surprised when I saw you as well. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, we actually get that pretty often, so that's okay. I mean, Earl told me that he had an older sister and all, but you just weren't the image that I had in my head of what you would actually look like at all. Yes, I know. Earl and I do look practically nothing alike. I get told that I look like my paternal grandma all the time. And Earl always gets told that he looks like my mom, so I can see why you might have your doubts about us. But it's just that the two of you don't look anything alike. It's more than that. It's your mannerisms, your whole vibe. I just would have never guessed that you were related. My vibe? I'm sorry, what exactly do you mean by that? I don't think I'm following. Well, it's just that siblings are usually raised in the same household, right? So even if they've spent time apart, they still were raised in the same environment and have some similarities because of it. But I just didn't sense a single similarity between you and Earl at all. And so that's why I was wondering if you two are actually even related in the first place. Oh, well, I guess that makes a bit of sense. I mean, after all, we do have a bit of an age gap between us. And I left the house when Earl was still pretty young, so I suppose you could say that we were raised in different environments, too. Got it. Well, does that mean that you and Earl don't usually get along all that well, then? By the way, I was curious. I heard that you went to a pretty bad college as well. Is that true? I actually have never been to college, if I'm being honest with you right now. Hold on a second. Does that mean that you only ever graduated high school, then? I see. I think this is all starting to make a whole lot more sense to me now. I'm sorry, but I really don't think that I'm following you at all. What is starting to make more sense? What are you talking about? Well, it just all makes sense. You're nothing but a bottom feeder, and that's that. And that's why you're nothing like your little brother at all. And it explains why you both act different, too. You only ever were able to finish high school while your brother graduated from one of the top universities in the country. It all clicks for me. Sorry, did you just type a message calling me a bottom feeder? What do you mean by that? Well, just looking at you, I should have known that you were a pretty stupid person. And while I suppose there's really nothing you can do about the face that you were born with, you only have yourself to blame for being so fat. Have you ever considered looking into getting plastic surgery or something like that? No, I don't think that I've ever considered getting any kind of aesthetic surgery like that at all. Besides, I wouldn't have the money to be able to afford something like that in the first place. Oh, right. Well, that makes sense too, I suppose. After all, you were never able to go to college, so you probably don't have a good job or anything like that either, huh? I guess only the rich would be able to afford the amount of plastic surgery it would take to fix someone like you. But at least my Earl works for one of the largest companies in the whole wide world. Man, you two really are nothing alike at all, huh? That really is still just so crazy to me. Yeah, I guess we really are quite different when you think about it, aren't we? I know that Earl is a really brilliant guy, and I would never say anything to suggest otherwise. But anyways, now that we've solved this little mystery, I hope you can understand that you and I can never, ever be friends. In fact, I really don't even like the fact that we'll be family. But don't you worry, I know how to act polite in front of everyone. I won't cause any issues if you don't. Just please don't talk to me or anything like that. Honestly, even just the thought of being near you is enough to make me feel like I might die of embarrassment. Okay, sure. Got it. I'm really sorry that I seem to have done something to make you not like me. Hey there, Lucy. I was just curious if you were planning to come to mine and Earl's wedding? Yeah, of course I was going to be there. I mean, Earl is my brother, after all. What makes you ask something like that, though? Well, the thing is that I would just really appreciate it if you didn't come to our wedding at all, actually. Wait, you don't want me to be there at my own brother's wedding? I don't understand. Why not? We're going to be inviting friends and family and also people from Earl's work. You do realize that, right? Yes, I assumed there would be some non-family people as well as people from Earl's job there. Right. So all the men who are going to be there are going to be pretty handsome bachelors working at the same company. And I'm sure many of them are also eager to meet the members of Earl's family. But I know the second they see you, they're just going to laugh and laugh and laugh. So anyways, that's why I just think it would be better if you save us all the trouble of having to explain why you are the way you are by just not showing up. Besides, you'll only draw attention to yourself, and it's our special day. I'm sorry, Bridget, but there is no way that I would ever miss this wedding for anything. I mean, I am literally the sister of the groom. Oh, please, don't say that as if it actually means anything. I mean, do you really still not get it at all? I am telling you that if you come to the wedding, you are going to ruin it. So how about you quit being so selfish and think about someone other than yourself for a moment? And just how would my being there ruin the wedding for you and Earl? That doesn't make any sense. Because if you show up, then the only thing that you're going to do is cause Earl so much embarrassment. He and I are the perfect match. We're a beautiful couple. So I can't have some fat, ugly chick sitting there next to Earl and ruining the whole atmosphere of the wedding. I mean, I am just sure that the very few people who are going to be coming to our wedding even know how ugly you actually are. I really don't think that anyone goes to a wedding and judges it based on how pretty the guests are. Well, that just shows how little you understand about high society then. And I am telling you that I know the friends I'm inviting will laugh at you. But more than anything, the fact of the matter is that I just hate having to look at ugly people and ugly things. So please, just do us all a favor and don't bother showing up. Am I really that ugly to you? I'm so hideous that you don't even want me at your wedding that badly? You mean you still haven't figured it out yourself? Of course you're ugly. You're disgusting. You're fat and ugly and stupid, and nobody should be subjected to having to look at you. If you come to our wedding, you are going to be compared to every other hot person there, and then everyone is going to laugh you out of the room anyways. So then basically what you're trying to tell me is that I shouldn't go to the wedding for my own sake, is that right? Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to get across to you. If you don't come, not only will you be doing me a huge favor, but you'll also be saving yourself a whole lot of trouble. So now that we understand each other, I hope I can count on not seeing you there at my wedding. And just think of Earl, too. You want to make him happy, don't you? Well, if you really want him to have a good wedding, the best thing you can do is not be there. Okay, fine. If that's the way you think it's going to be, then I guess I'll come up with some excuse about having to work that day. I'll come up with something to tell my brother so that he'll understand why I won't be there at the wedding. Yes, excellent. Please go ahead and do that for me. I am so glad that we were able to have this talk and come to an understanding. You know, you may be a bottom-feeding, fat, ugly person who only ever finished high school, but you're not as dumb as I originally thought. Hey, what the heck is going on here, huh? What in the world did you say to Earl? You better tell me right now. What are you talking about, Bridget? I'm sure that I have no idea at all what's going on. Well, then how about you try telling me why Earl told me that he doesn't want to get married to me anymore, huh? You must have told him some horrible lie about me to get him to say that.
I'm sorry, but the only person who gave a reason to call it the marriage was you, Bridget. And the reason for that is because you're ugly, so there.
Excuse me? You dare call me ugly? What is the matter with you? You think you've beaten me so you can call me names now?
You're ugly, and it runs deep down to your core and covers your heart. I mean, really, just what makes you think you could talk about someone's sister like that?
Wait a second. Is this Earl that I'm talking to?
That's right. And Lucy told me all about how you tried to tell her not to bother coming to our wedding. What is the matter with you? Why would you say something like that to my sister?
But wait, this doesn't make any sense at all. Why are you talking to me through Lucy's phone right now? I don't get it.
It's pretty simple, actually. Lucy and I are sitting next to each other right now, and we're both at my parents' house. Lucy came to tell me the things that you were saying to her, and after that, we called an emergency family meeting.
No, wait, there has to be some kind of mistake here. This can't be right at all. I have no idea what your sister might have told you, but you can't believe a word that she has said to you.
You know, I didn't come here to tattle on my sister or anything. When she came to me and told me that she wouldn't be able to come to my wedding, I just had to know what work was so important that she couldn't miss it. After all, she had told me all about how much she was looking forward to our wedding, so I knew that she wouldn't miss it unless something serious had happened. And after I really started pushing for what the real answer was, she finally told me why she wasn't going to be there.
Please, Earl, it's all an act. I didn't actually ever say any of that at all. You aren't actually going to take your sister's word over mine, are you? You have to believe me when I say that she is lying to you. She's just jealous of me because I'm prettier than her. Can't you see that?
You're wrong about that, Bridget. I know for a fact that my sister is not that kind of person, and she never ever will be. She's not like you, and she wouldn't be so petty as to tell such an awful lie.
Well, do you have any proof at all about what she's saying? How can you verify any of what she's told you up to now?
Well, for one, she showed me the messages that you two have been sending to each other. You told her that if she came to the wedding, she would ruin it and embarrass not only herself, but you and I as well. Well, I don't think there's a single embarrassing thing about my sister. How dare you talk to her like that?
That's not what I meant, though. This is all just one big misunderstanding. You have to believe me. I just wanted our wedding to be perfect. That's it. You know that's what I wanted, right?
Well, you've got a pretty messed up version of perfection if you thought it would ever be okay to tell Lucy not to be there for it. But anyways, now that I know the truth, consider this my official announcement that the engagement is off. And if you're looking for someone to blame and how it came this far, I suggest you blame yourself. But don't you dare point the finger at Lucy.
Wait, no. You can't do this to me, Earl. We were just about to get married. You can't just cancel it on me. You think I'm going to let you get away with this? I mean, we've already sent out all of the wedding invitations. What in the world are we supposed to tell all of the guests?
We're going to tell them the truth about why the wedding is no longer happening. I mean, did you really think that I would be okay with my sister not being at my wedding? Did you really think that I wouldn't react at all after I found out the way that you've been treating her and talking to her behind my back?
Well, I didn't think that you'd actually get this upset at me. I mean, all I did was tease Lucy a bit about her looks. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything like that.
You still have no idea the huge mistake that you almost did, do you?
What huge mistake? Come on. Do you really not see how you're taking this all just a bit too far? I really don't think that there's any need to call the wedding off like this. Are you really doing this all because I was teasing your sister about her looks? You're really going to throw away our whole marriage just like that? Are you really trying to tell me that your sister means that much to you? That she means more to you than I do?
She is my sister, Bridget. What in the world made you think that she wouldn't be special to me? You were wrong from the start if you thought that was true.
I don't believe this. This can't be happening. Just what is so special about this fat cow that makes you care more about her than me, huh? I mean, did you hit your head or something like that?
At this point, it's not even about my sister. The problem I have is with you now. Besides, you're the one with the ugly heart. And an ugly heart is something that no amount of working out or plastic surgery is ever going to change. You understand?
Stop saying that. It isn't true. I am beautiful and perfect, and you shouldn't be talking about me like that. I am not ugly anywhere, inside or outside.
And why shouldn't I say that to you? After all, I think that you're ugly. So why shouldn't I say it? You thought that my sister was ugly, and you continue to talk about her like she is. So why can't I say any of this to you?
Because I'm not ugly. I am not ugly, and I know it, and you know it, and the whole world knows it. So stop calling me ugly. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't really care what you think I know or don't know. The fact of the matter is that you hurt my little sister. All I'm trying to do is put the shoe on the other foot and see how you like it. But I guess you're really not a fan at all, huh?
I have never, ever, once in my entire life been called ugly. Don't you dare try and put me in the same category as your sister. If you keep this up, then I'm going to go to my mom and dad, and I know for a fact that they think I'm the prettiest girl in the whole wide world. They love me with all their heart, and they won't let you get away with this.
You can go and run to whoever you want. It isn't going to change anything. Certainly not my feelings about this marriage anyways. And if you do go and tell your parents and they come to ask me about what you're talking about, I'll tell them exactly how you've been treating my sister.
Well, you better be careful because when my dad gets mad, he gets really, really scary too. So I hope that you're ready for that. I take it that my dad has reached out to talk to you about your horrible mistake, yes? Did he yell at you? Did he make you cry? If you say that you're sorry, then he might even forgive you.
You really are a special one, do you know that? But if you think that I'm ever going to apologize for standing up for my sister, then you're dead wrong.
There you go again with that nasty, nasty attitude of yours. So then you're really just not going to apologize at all for what you've done? You know that I was doing this all for us, don't you? You know that everything I did was always just for you, right?
I just don't think that I have anything at all that I need to apologize for. In fact, when I showed him the proof of what you said, your dad was the one that apologized to me.
Wait, what? No, that can't be right. There is no way that my dad would ever apologize to you. He's not that kind of man.
You really have no idea the mistake you made messing with my little sister, do you? I mean, you really screwed up big time treating Lucy like that. But there's a very good reason why your parents thought it right to apologize to me. So if you really want to know the truth, then I suggest that you can go and ask your dad. As for the wedding, I told him that I had no intention of ever marrying you, and he had nothing else to say on the matter after that.
So then, you mean that you told my dad that we weren't going to be getting married and he was just okay with that? That can't be right.
I'm just glad that your dad wasn't as horribly unreasonable as yourself. It's good to know that at least someone in your family has a good head on their shoulders. And he was very sincere in his apology as well. Something tells me this isn't the first time he's had to cover your tracks for you.
So then, you mean the wedding really isn't going to happen? But everyone at my dad's company was so excited for this.
I literally just told you that the wedding isn't going to happen. What about that don't you understand? And don't worry, your dad said that he will explain to everyone in the office why the wedding wouldn't be happening.
But how am I supposed to show up for work now that everyone knows that we're not getting married?
That really isn't my problem to figure it out at all. But you should be more worried about how embarrassed you made your family over this. I mean, your dad was just so ashamed of what you've done. By the way, your dad said that he was going to come over to the house to apologize to Lucy in person and that you had better be there as well.
Are you kidding me? He really expects me to go there to your house and apologize to your sister? You can't be serious.
Oh, he is. And if you want to stay in the good graces of your family, which you are now mostly not in, I recommend showing up. After that, Bridget did indeed come to our house with her parents. Her parents brought a huge gift basket as a way of expressing how sorry they were, and they made Bridget hand it over to my sister. I went over once again all the horrible things that Bridget has said to Lucy, and they were so sorry for the way that their daughter had treated my sister. I even heard Lucy's mother ask herself where she went so wrong with her own daughter. While I think it's wrong to wish harm on people, it was clear that Bridget had never ever had to struggle for anything in her life at all. She couldn't even control herself at the thought of someone thinking some part of her was ugly. Either way, I told her parents that nothing was going to change my mind and that the wedding was permanently off the table. Before long, rumors started spreading about Bridget and what she must have done to lead our marriage falling apart. When it came out that it was for the cruel way that she was talking to my sister, some other women at Bridget's company stepped forward and reported to HR that they had suffered similar things in the office, but were too scared to talk since Bridget's father owned the company. Bridget couldn't stand being the subject of so many whispers and stares, and so she finally left like she had no choice but to quit her job. Her parents weren't ready to cut her off or anything, and they even let her continue to live in their home for free of charge. After that, however, Bridget became something of a recluse and was rarely ever seen in public again. Of course, I'm sad that the engagement fell apart in the way that it did, but more than anything, I'm just grateful that things did fall apart before Bridget and I actually ended up getting married. I still can't believe that she would ever think that I would let her get away with treating my sister like that. But I suppose it's fair to say that she learned her lesson. As for Lucy, she met a nice girl not long after that the two of them started dating. Her girlfriend even approached me the other day asking me for help picking out a ring. So while my engagement might have fallen apart, sounds to me like good things ahead for my sister.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.